Okay, on this part, they have a couple parables in your book that I need to go over with you because they ask you questions about it in your assignment. So we need to understand what they're talking about. So there was a king that was so enchanted that he said to the inventor, "Name your reward," when chess was invented. "If you please, king, put 1 grain of wheat on the first square, then place 2 on the second, 4 on the third, 8 on the fourth." So is this a linear or an exponential growth? Yeah, it's exponential because it's doubling every time. The king gladly agreed, thinking the man a fool for asking a few grains of wheat when he could have had gold or jewels. But let's see how it adds up for the 64 squares on the chessboard. So the calculations, each square gets as many grains as the previous, so the number on any square is a power of 2. This is a table I'm going to show you, and you can look back on it. It's in your book or it's in your notes. The third column shows the total number of grains up to each point, and the last column gives a formula for finding. So one column, this column here, is just grains on that square. This is total grains so far, but this is the formula for finding the total grains. So notice this one is 2 to the 0, or to find the grains on the square, you would say 2 to the n minus 1. Because 2 to the 0 is 1, we had 1 grain of sand on the first one. If we started with 2 grains of sand, then we just do 2 to the 1. And so on the second day, it was 2 to the 1, which is 2 to the 2 minus 1. So it's 2 to the n minus 1 for just that square, but it's 2 to the n minus 2 to the n minus 1. So you minus the 1 after you do. That's the formula for the total grains, not just the 64th square, but the whole board, all the squares. So it'd be 2 to the 64 minus 1, and 2 to the 63 on the 64th square. Now, those don't seem like they're that much different, but they really are, because this is a very high exponent. So you can put that in your calculator and find out how many grains of sand there are. But I want to show you an example of one of your homework problems. If you go to the homework page of your notes, you'll see this. So use the chessboard parable. Assume that each grain of wheat weighs 1 to the 7,000 pounds. How many grains of wheat should be placed on square 16? So this is only a fourth of the board. Find the total number of grains and their total weight. So first we need to find out how much is just on square 16. So remember, that's 2 to the n minus 1. So we do 2 to the n minus 1, which is 2 to the 15th. So on that one square would be 32,768 grains of wheat on that one square. Have to be a pretty big chessboard. Okay, now we need to find the total number of grains. So now we're going to use this formula, 2 to the n minus 1, and it would be 2 to the 16th, because we're not minusing the 1 from here, just from here. So it is 65,535 grains total. So we take that and times it by 1 over 7,000, and just up to the 16th square, it would be 9.3 pounds. So that doesn't mean we times it by 4 to get the total, because remember back here, the total back here was way more than that. So you can put that in your calculator and figure out what that is. Okay?